Are you ready? You think you can tell us what to do? You think you can tell us what to wear? You think that you're better? Well, you better get ready. Bow to the masters. Break the wall!
That intro can only mean one thing: the most electrifying hour on 216 The Net. Coming out of 216 Creator Studios, this is Let Me Tell You Something, Brother, with host Tom Odell, brought to you through the support of our good friends over at Tom's Productions. Tom, how do they get a hold of Tom's Productions?
Well, we'll think it. You think it. We'll ink it with all your printing and decorative apparel needs. The best way is usually email tom@tomsproductions.com.
Nice. And of course, the title for today, WWE is no longer in remission.
The cancer is back.
The cancer is back.
So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah, what's on your mind? Big move.
How to piss off Tom more.
SG3 comes in, says something about I'm puking or something. I can't read that.
He's not invited. Block him.
That's it. I thought they would show up.
They never show up.
And I thought that we've got to create a tag team event now because they were stripped.
I have the belts by default.
Yeah.
So
it's
they don't want to come in and talk or whatever. They just make up their own hours. And
I know. It's the rejects.
You tune in and you get the notification 15, 20 minutes later that, oh, hey, guess what? We're on.
What do you mean stripped out? You put us in Facebook jail.
You jabronis?
You
forget about that?
Yeah. When you forget, come on.
Or maybe if you actually show up, we could talk about it. But
you got to look at your contract.
The fine print.
And they said, hey, you ain't never showed up.
I show up every time.
He's never missed his show.
I never missed my show.
Never missed his show. And it's on right before yours.
The only times I missed is if I was coaching my son's game. That was it. And that was on Tuesday night.
They're blaming it on the old man now. Old man RJ.
Yeah, whatever. Point the finger elsewhere.
Sit on his lap. He'll get you over here on his.
They're typical the man that shall be nameless fans.
I tell you what. So that's let's talk about the pay-per-view. Timothy went, right?
Well, yeah. So it was a big wrestling week in Chicago.
Yeah,
at AEW
huge.
Wednesday night for their annual Thanksgiving show. They were at Wintrust.
Yep.
And then SmackDown with WWE had SmackDown and Survivor Series Friday and last night.
Yeah.
And I think I spoke about before on our last show that hey, what's he saying now?
He says, Brett, the Hitman
Since
Hart
when?
fans. Yes, we are.
Since when?
That's right.
You never had a good thing to say about Brett.
Yeah. The guy who wants to be is back.
So, yeah. So I was looking online. I was debating whether or not to go to the show or not. And I'm looking at tickets.
Yeah.
They didn't sell out. They said they sold out
on Wednesday. They did not.
Even as of yesterday at 5:00 at night, they still had tickets available.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm looking. I'm like, okay, maybe I'll go with it. But the cheapest seats were $100. I'm you don't have any really championship matches going on.
It was not a good card.
No, and they only had 5 matches.
Yeah,
if that.
It was not a good card. That's for sure.
And to me, the whole War Games scenario, it's pretty much a 5-on-5. You start with 2 guys or 2 women.
Yeah.
And then every 3 minutes, one of the cage doors opens, so then they get a little bit of a handicap thing. And the women's match was good for the most part. I just don't like how it starts right when everyone's in the ring.
Yeah.
To me, it's why even do the 3 minutes?
Right.
Just maybe start with a couple guys.
Prolonged intros.
And do it as incorporate your traditional Survivor Series into it. Where, okay, a guy gets pinned, he's eliminated.
Yeah.
That's how I would change it up.
Yeah. Or thrown over the top.
Because to me, it's just like, okay, you're wasting time until the last guy is in the match, and then it finally begins.
Yeah.
It's a cool concept by Dusty Rhodes. Cody was able to do his first War Games match, the match his father invented. Charlotte Flair also was in her first War Games match that her father was part of the first one too.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was kind of cool seeing that nostalgia with it. Io Sky had a great spot on top. She put herself in a garbage can and jumped off top of the cage. The men kind of hinted at some high spots, never really got to it.
Yeah.
The only one they did was with JD McDonough, threw him to Randy Orton for the RKO.
And how'd Orton look?
Orton looked
back,
huge.
Right? Yeah, did he?
He looked like he's on Brock Lesnar vitamins.
Oh.
So, I mean, that's the biggest he's ever.
He had some back issues.
Yeah, back issues. He's gone for about a year and a half, and he was working out, training, and, I mean, he's jacked.
Well,
I've never seen him that jacked. He usually had like the lean muscle or whatever, but to heal quickly, a lot of times they'll say do steroids.
Well, I mean, that may be some of his recovery.
Right. And maybe he's a part-timer now, and with the part-timers, they don't test.
Yeah, right.
So, I mean, that's the loophole and all that stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
I'm trying to dig up a pic of him, but.
So, like, with that, like, I was watching, I think after a pay-per-view on Prime, they had 350 Days. Have you ever seen that documentary? I think it came out 2019 or 17. It was a few years ago. And in there they had like Abdullah the Butcher, Bret Hart, Greg the Hammer Valentine, George the Animal Steel, Rocky Johnson, talking about their careers and life on the road, like how they're on the road 350 days a year, pretty much.
Yeah.
And how it's strenuous on their family and all that other stuff. It was an okay documentary. There's some slow parts to it. It wasn't really well done. I mean, of course, Brett was the best interviewer with that, with more insight than the other guys. And then the other thing I was watching this weekend too was Dark Side of the Ring season 4 is on Hulu finally.
Oh, nice.
So I watched all that.
Powered through that. Was it good?
It was good. I mean, I like how their documentaries are.
Yeah.
I wish that they would have done the 350 documentary. There are supposed to have a season 5. We'll see.
SG3 says, Tony the Kid said Orton's thighs look like turkeys on them legs.
I mean, he looked like the video game character.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, that's what he looked like. He looked like one of these action figures.
Really?
I've never seen him that built before.
Yeah, he's usually lean.
He's usually lean muscle and agile, and he just came out and he's just ripped.
So he's pushing 250 or better now.
Probably.
Yeah, because he was probably around the 210,
230s, yeah. 225, 230.
Yeah. Well, that's good to see him back, but
yeah.
I mean, there's a guy too. When you think about it, that's 20 plus years,
right,
in that ring.
And he's one of those guys that grew up in the business. His dad, Cowboy Bob Orton. Then he has other uncle. I forgot his first name. He'd always do the big O.
The big O.
The big O.
Bob Orton. Right?
I forget what his name was.
I don't know.
My brother Dave remembers that guy, but I was like, I don't even. Yeah. I blocked him out. But
all right. So a lot of what I read, a lot of, and I don't know. Again, I didn't see it. I'm not a big fan either. Right. I'm not, never have been, even when he was a holding title.
Right.
It's just some about him I've never, ever liked. The headlines are saying earth shattering return.
Right.
They're trying to live it up. Right. Was it that spectacular?
I think we talked about last show, whatever. I said, like, if I was in WWE situation,
yep,
this is the time to do it.
Right. You did say
this is where you're going to get your money.
Yep.
Vince is like watching some of these documentaries, like, show me the money. Give me green. That's my favorite color is green. Like,
yeah,
I care less. Right. I just want money, money, money. Get me money, money, money. And this is where they're going to capitalize on it, because what's a hotter time to strike than now? Well,
right.
And then especially in Chicago, the hometown, where he'll get that big pop and reaction.
Yeah. Yeah, but and as we said in our chat offline, was they missed on Osprey, right?
They missed on Osprey. He signed with AEW. There's a big thing with New Japan Wrestling where AEW has a good relationship with New Japan. They allowed him to negotiate his contract with AEW, and he's going to fulfill his current dates until end of February.
Yeah.
I see him winning the title at Wembley.
Taking it from Seth.
The other rumors too is that MJF has already re-signed with AEW, and they're just kind of playing out the 2024 thing as a storyline.
Okay.
But I mean, just the way how he's been acting lately, and you haven't heard as much of that 2024 stuff, free agency, and now would be the time for them to really push it. So they believe that he re-signed till 2027, which is a lot of their contracts are all like expiring in 2027. You got Omega. I think the Young Bucks are through then. A couple other guys.
All right. Interesting.
So right now it's like, what's the big free agent? I think his name's Okada from Japan, but he's wrestled a few times in AEW. I see him going more AEW route than WWE because WWE doesn't really do well with the Japanese style wrestlers.
Yeah, and his big move is the figure 4 rig rock.
Wow.
Sorry. I apologize there. It's got to be racist. Anyway, do you feel like any real storyline besides Punk versus
so
Seth
from what I've read online is
Alex, welcome to the show.
They weren't told, the main event talent wasn't told until right before they went out that he was coming back that night. And Seth and Drew were both pissed about it.
Sure.
And then part of it with Seth is they're saying it is a work with Seth because there's money there between those two to more likely headline WrestleMania. But now they're saying it may actually be Royal Rumble.
Oh, well,
because they got like 8-9 weeks to build that up because that's their next premium live event.
We'll put Goldberg in there in Germany. That's what we'll do.
Have Goldberg versus Seth would be perfect. Or a triple threat with a man that shall be nameless.
That's right. And it is a business. I did not catch Triple H's comment or opinion, right? Because I know he's not Triple H's favorite either.
So right after the show, they had their press conference.
Yeah.
Triple H was first on there, and he's like, "Oh, let's talk about the exciting comeback of R-Truth we had tonight." Because R-Truth hasn't been around for a while.
That's correct.
So he came out for a little segment with the Ruffles chips, kind of hinting little Jimmy's coming back.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, he talked about it. He's like, I mean, that was 10 years ago. Hopefully everyone has changed in the last 10 years. I don't see that change. Especially when he came back to AEW and was like saying the exact same stuff.
Exactly. You can't take the stripes off a tiger.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And for me, like his wrestling style was horrible in AEW. He was very rusty.
Yeah.
Very slow.
Yeah.
I mean, they said it's a several year deal or whatever. And it's like, wow. Yeah.
Right. Right. Yeah. Yeah.
You got the attention. You're going to get good ratings for Raw tomorrow night.
Now, again, maybe this guy understands it and signs a contract and whatever the guaranteed money. I don't know how it works, right? And he's like, I'll just get this guaranteed money.
Yeah, I mean, it's always going to be, it'll be more than AEW.
Yeah.
He'll make more on merchandising than an AEW, which was kind of funny. AEW still has his merchandise on sale, or not even on sale, still full price.
Right.
Because they know it's going to sell. It is a cool logo. I will give him that. Like, he's got good merchandise and he's got a good theme song. His wrestling ability absolutely sucks.
Yeah. So R-Truth, he's 51 years old.
He is, yeah.
Coming back.
He still looks good.
Wow. He can look good. No, we cannot. Can we talk about Sting versus Ric Flair and how AEW is going to hype that up?
So Ric Flair signed a multi-year deal with AEW pretty much to get his Woo energy drink being sold out there. And the difference between his energy drink and other ones has been it's got mushrooms in it.
Yeah.
And the mushrooms are supposed to be like better for your body. That's like the new kale now.
Yeah, mushroom.
Everything's got mushroom in it now. It's like, I don't know if they're just overstocked on mushrooms like they were with kale and they're just pushing it out.
That's it.
Let's put this in this. Yeah, it's a new superfood that you're going to see lots of mushrooms and everything this year.
That's right. Well, there's some that are good. Lion's mane and things like that.
And that's what it's made of is the lion's mane, or that's what they say it is.
Yeah.
It's supposed to help you with your focus and not give you the brain fog and stomach bloating like the other stuff.
Now, speaking of Ric Flair, I saw an interview with Rick on where the Woo came from. Have you seen this?
Was it in his documentary?
No, this was I want to say it was with Jimmy Kimmel or one of those late night guys.
Okay.
And they asked him, where did the famous Woo come from? Great Balls of Fire song.
Okay.
That's
it.
That's it. He goes, I liked it, and it stuck. Yeah. I'm like, well, I would never have guessed that.
Nope.
Yeah, there you go. They give a good trip too. The mushrooms.
I actually never tried them.
Me either. I won't. Hey, I don't like losing control of my mind. I'm out of it, but I don't like losing control.
I like the gummies where I just relax and
allegedly.
Oh, allegedly. I just relax. I go on my recliner.
That's it.
Throw on some old primetime wrestling or
melt into the recliner.
Yep. Kicker
an L for loser. King. That's good. So now we're bringing back old people.
Right.
The man. So we've got 51-year-old R-Truth coming back.
Right.
I get that he still looks good. 51.
Right.
Listen. I'm 54. And if I go down, it takes me a while to get back.
Right.
Right. And I look good. Not as good as R-Truth. I'm just saying that I look good. Right. I don't bounce quite the same.
Right.
Muscles don't react quite the same.
Right.
And he who shall remain nameless, Voldemort, he's how old?
45.
45. So
looks like he's even older.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's looking a little bit like our good friend John. And John, thanks for being here again.
I mean, John looks better than him.
Yeah.
But I mean, still, it's like when he came out just in a white shirt or whatever, like he looked like a fan off the section 210 coming down.
It's standing remotely. That's it. 24/7 belt only for the truth. R-Truth.
That is true.
Yeah. So are we? I understand the money grab and show me the money.
Right.
I understand this. Is there anything bringing these guys back for a potential crossover with the UFC?
With the UFC, I don't see it. I mean, I'll see some of the UFC guys come over just to, like the Conor McGregors or whatever, like towards the end of their careers to do some stuff. But like for WWE, it would just be them in the stands.
Yeah.
Kind of like Undertaker, Triple H, and Vince have done in the past. They'll just go sit front row next to Dana.
Yeah. Make the appearance.
Make the appearance. Here's them and
okay. So or is it saying that we've released so many people we really have a short pool to pull from?
It's that too. I mean, like right now, what I read is Triple H wants to try to re-sign everyone. Even just to pay him to sit at home so they don't go over to AEW.
Or to
And right now, like Drew's pissed with everything that's been going on.
Sure.
His contract's up right after WrestleMania. And he says he wants to go back to Scotland for a little bit.
Yeah.
Be with his family. I don't know if his wife lost her sister or something happened or whatever, but wants to just go be with his family for a little bit. I could see AEW giving him a more flexible schedule.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially if his contract's up right around WrestleMania. You got Wembley there end of August. Perfect for Drew to make his appearance.
Oh, sure.
Because I could see him going there. I could see right now Seth being pissed off how he's been loyal to WWE for a long time. He's kind of like, I would say, like the Bret Hart in a way.
Yep.
Always there, always loyal. Like, hey, I want to do this. I want to do this. And like, even though he's the champion, he's not the number one babyface.
Right.
Cody's got that spot. And now you got CM Punk in. He's going to take that attention. You got Randy Orton back. He's gained some more of that attention. And Randy Orton's a Triple H guy through and through.
Through.
So,
I think depending what they do with Orton,
right.
he can come in and create a little bit of havoc.
Right.
Especially if he's sized up a little bit. Can we talk about Ryback and how he's got to retire?
So Ryback said that if the man that shall be nameless appeared at Survivor Series and back in WWE, he will retire on the spot.
So do we know if he did?
We're all waiting for that announcement.
There we go.
But that's the thing with WWE. It's never say never.
Right.
I mean, Vince has had worse falling outs than with the man that shall be nameless.
Yeah.
He's had it with, the Warrior's probably the worst of all of them.
Yeah.
He's had it with Jesse Ventura. And that's kind of why we don't see Jesse anymore on TV, is because he was one of the few that actually successfully sued Vince and won.
Yeah.
Where he has to get residuals for any time that they sell anything with him on it.
Yeah. Now he has at least 6 months. Who is that? Is that Ryback?
Or the man that shall be nameless.
Should Triple H talked about the signing of Punk to the locker room before signing him?
He didn't want to, because mainly he didn't want it to get let out. All the clues were there. When you start looking at stuff, Michael Cole, Corey Graves, I don't even know if Wade Barrett is. They'll do little whatever cues, stuff that he said, stuff in his theme song.
Okay.
They'll bring out a little bit of those tidbits, so you knew he was coming back. You just didn't know when.
What is? I mean, and again, I'm not a fan. I never have been.
He's a good talker.
I don't know. I just don't know what the draw is. For
right,
this guy.
and I know, like, even when he first
Ryback,
came in,
Alex says Ryback walked back that comment this morning. CM Punk has at least 6 months. Yeah. I apologize for saying that name. But you know what I mean. When he started back in the day, that's when I stopped watching for a long time. I was like, no, he's like little, he's tiny.
Late
this guy,
2000s or whatever, and I knew he had a big following with Ring of Honor,
and I just couldn't figure it out. His
style was just like, yeah, he was different, but his wrestling skill set was not good.
Not good. Yeah.
And when you watch his matches, he copies as much of Bret Hart matches as he can, but not well.
Yeah. And to me, the heavyweight champion should be a heavyweight champion.
Well, yeah.
Not a guy that's my size.
True.
I just say.
Or smaller.
Right. Or smaller. Right. That's just me. That's what I grew up with. That's what I grew up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Bob Backlund held it for years. He was not a big guy.
Right.
Right. But he wasn't a bad wrestler.
Yeah. He had the skill set.
Right.
And that's where it's like, this was just a big cash grab. They're going to make instant money right away.
Well, so
it's going to piss off the locker room.
Yeah.
Because now he's taking a bunch of their spots, bunch of their TV time. And a bunch of the key guys didn't even know he was coming. So they feel like, can't we trust Triple H anymore?
That's
so right now you're going to have a little pissed off locker room for a little bit, but then they're going to start seeing like, okay, we got some money coming in. That'll heal most of their wounds, but some of the other ones would be like, I'm out of here. Like, screw this.
Yep. And like I said, the cancer's back. You can't change the stripes.
Right.
You just can't. And the guy is who he is.
Right.
And because of his run back when he was younger, he thinks that he's at that level.
He's the biggest hypocrite ever.
Yeah.
And that's where I said, like, he idolizes Bret so much, he wants to be him and recreate everything that pretty much Bret has done.
Yeah,
I came back, but Brett was actually screwed. CM Punk was never really screwed. He just brought it upon himself.
Yeah. Right.
And he's like, okay, well, Brett came back. I'll come back too, or whatever.
Yeah.
It's what I said. It's a cash grab.
Yeah. I don't know. It's terrible.
Am I going to watch Raw? Yeah, because I want to see what he says. I want to see how Seth Rollins shoots him and what they're going to be allowed to say, what he can't say. He had way more freedom in AEW.
Right. Yeah, so, I don't know. I just I get it, but I don't get it.
So right now, this is kind of good for AEW in a way because, yeah, okay, he's gone. They know he's gone. He's not coming back. Let's rebuild. Let's refocus. Get back on course. Yeah. We have a new pillar in Will Ospreay coming. You have MJF. You have a lot of the younger talent. You have a lot of the great minds in the business there.
Truth.
Just, you got to fix it. You got to, their biggest issue is between AEW and WWE is order. Yep. WWE, you know who's in charge. It's better run in terms of order of low man, high man on a totem pole, that kind of stuff. While AEW is kind of almost like the inmates are running the asylum. You can only do that for so long, and they got to correct that ship before it does more damage.
Yeah.
I don't think you can have wrestlers as EVPs. You got to get rid of those.
Big time.
I mean, when I remember watching Young Rock or whatever, there was a guy that was a promoter with his grandma's company. A new guy came in, he was booking himself for like to win every match and go over and that stuff, and it wasn't good for business. Yeah. And that's kind of like Cody saw that, and he didn't want. That's why I never want to be champion in AEW, because he's one of the top guy or top positions. That doesn't look good for the company at all.
All right, if we go back to the rest of the pay-per-view, we had a women's world title match.
Rhea versus Zoe Stark, which was blah.
Yep, not. I mean, the outcome was probably exactly.
The whole card was predictable.
Yeah, pretty predictable.
Yeah, Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. Was originally supposed to be against Carlito.
That's right. What happened to Carlito?
I forget. I don't know. I didn't get FS1, so I have no idea what happened on SmackDown, right. And they didn't have the replay on Hulu the next day like they usually do.
Right. They must have had the temperature in the stadium turned down after Rhea's win. Just that's all.
Yeah, because it was pretty much the women's war game match. Then it was Santos versus Dragon Lee, and then I believe it was Rhea
Gunther.
Miz. Oh yeah, Gunther and Miz, right. Which you knew Gunther
you knew
was going to win.
Yeah. Was it a good one? You didn't watch it. I didn't watch it. You watched it?
I watched it.
You watched it. Was it a good? Was there any good match? I mean, was there?
They were okay.
I mean, so it was basically a SmackDown quality.
A little bit better.
Okay. And then the women's war game.
You had a women's war game first, which was okay.
Yeah.
And then ended with the men's, and then was Randy going show or no show?
And he showed.
Well, they hyped it up, and what I would have done with the War Games match instead, because Judgment Day had the advantage, they got the first guy out of the cage.
Yeah.
So you had Finn in the match with Seth to start it. I would have brought out Damian Priest right away with the Money in the Bank case.
Yeah.
And created that buzz. Because now you got 2-on-1. You should be able to beat Seth 2-on-1 for 3 minutes to try to get that cashed in. But instead, they try to do it like after Dom came out, then Rhea came out with the case to try to get it cashed in.
Yeah.
And then Orton's music played to disrupt that part.
Now, all the good guys won, right?
Oh, I mean, the good guys won the War Games,
right.
And then the heels all won the singles matches.
Yeah. Gunther's not a heel.
He's a heel. Oh. And what I would actually do...
bigger heel than, I guess.
Because right now it's now paving the road for WrestleMania or whatever.
Yeah.
I would actually do Gunther versus Reigns for WrestleMania.
That'd be a good match, actually. Could be a very good match.
That'd be a complete swerve because everyone's expecting Cody.
Yeah. God, that's not Cody.
I mean,
anyway,
it's supposed to be him in the top spot at WrestleMania against Roman.
Well, now does Punk come back?
Well, Punk right now, they're going to have him go against Seth Rollins. I would say WrestleMania, but it looks like they're doing the Royal Rumble.
Okay. Well, so then does he get both titles? Does Reigns have any? Does he have any input on who he hands?
Yes.
So
he's got like almost that Hulk Hogan kind of deal right now.
Right now, right?
Yeah. That don't work for me, bro.
Yeah.
And that was like kind of funny watching some of the Dark Side of the Ring like this. They had the whole like 2000. I don't know if that was like Bastard at the Beach or whatever.
Yeah.
Where Hogan was supposed to lose to Jarrett, and Jarrett was going to lose to Booker T at the end of the night because like all the executives like all agreed like Booker T is going to be our champ walking out that night. And Hogan like changed the plans last minute. He's like, that don't work for me, brother. So like this is what we're going to do. So he's going to keep the title until like Halloween Havoc, and then drop it then. But Vince Russo's like, nope, like Jarrett, you're going to lay down in the middle of the ring, let him take the belt. As soon as he flies out of here, we're changing the script back to where we should be.
Yeah. SG3 says, is Rhea a heel?
Rhea's a heel.
Yeah.
I mean, the fans love her, but she's still a heel.
I mean, yeah, I mean,
it's like Jericho, and he is a heel.
Right, or Austin.
Austin,
yeah. Everybody still loves
The Rock and whatever.
Yeah. TDK asked, will Rock be back by Royal Rumble? No, because the writers are all cleared up. He's going to stay over there in Hollywood.
More than likely.
If he shows up, it's a guest.
They don't need him.
They don't need him, right?
And that's why they got the man that shall be nameless, because right now he's their filler guy.
Yep.
With Cena gone back to Hollywood, they're going to use him for the premium live events in Australia.
Cena doing a great job on Wipeout as the announcer on Wipeout with Nicole from Nailed It. Great duo there. He's probably getting paid money.
It's just Wipeout. I think the only time I ever watched it was like on ABC or whatever it was on for that brief.
I love the Wipeout.
Brief time. I like the video game. My kids love the video game on the Wii.
That's it. But yeah, great job, John. John, congratulations on that.
I should pull out his chair a little bit more.
Yeah, should. All right. So what's next? What's the next direction? What does this week look like? Where does this new guy, new guy returns, right? R-Truth. And
so right now the man shall be nameless and Randy are supposed to be on Raw tomorrow night. So we'll get a little bit more direction there.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's kind of funny, like when you see some of the people's cell phones from last night, or they're actually like showing the guy still in the ring when the man shall be nameless came out.
Yeah.
Or just like took out a folding chair to sit down and like is hitting his hand like, let's go. I want to get out of here.
That's great.
There's Randy being Randy, and it's like Judgment Day is just like sitting in the corner waiting. And
right, that's awesome.
Randy and Jey Uso are kind of like laughing in the middle, and then Seth is trying to like go after Punk. But
yeah, well, yeah, it's funny. That's funny.
I mean, the only thing I'm hoping right now is this gets rid of Seth's gimmick. With like his outfits and that annoyance. Hopefully now we'll get like the real Seth out in this instead of whatever he's trying to do right now. Becky's wardrobe Seth. Like
Well, yeah. Is he trying to take a piece out of the Nature Boy?
Oh, like Kevin Nash says he's like the modern day Macho Man in a way.
Yeah, there you go.
But it's just annoying. He's gotten better as a wrestler and all that other stuff, but like right now, that's just to me it's annoying.
Is it annoying because he can't pull it off, or there's no place for it?
I don't think he can't pull it off.
Yeah,
it's like his mind can do it, but the body can't.
Yeah,
in a way.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
He's got the creative idea, but it's like it doesn't fit him.
I agree with that. A lot of it's that beard too,
right?
The way it points out there. Anyway,
CrossFit Jesus.
That's right.
And I'm Fat Jesus.
So you're Fat Jesus. That's right.
Or Mini Drew.
Tom, sing his song.
There's your song.
Hey, that's a single finger salute goes out to Sal. Nice job.
My Seth Rollins to him.
Long distance dedication. Oh man. Okay. So they'll both be on the Raw. Orton.
More likely, I know Fox wants the man that shall be nameless.
Yeah.
Which will make sense for them because it's right before Rampage.
Okay.
And B, they really have no one on SmackDown besides LA Knight.
Yeah. And that
occasionally you got Paul Heyman. But other than that, like they don't really have any talkers on that show.
Yeah, he does. Seth looks like the Wizard of Oz behind the curtain. He does. He does. It's too bad Nega Timothy isn't here. I'd like to see his take because he was there live, right? Who do you have winning the Royal Rumble now?
I want Gunther to win it. But all signs are still pointing at Cody.
And when is it? That's January?
That's January 27th.
So, I mean, a lot can happen between here and there.
Right. I mean, there's always injuries and other stuff, but
there are. We know Roman won't show up for a title match before then.
Right.
So,
because I don't even think he's even scheduled to wrestle at Royal Rumble.
No, probably not. Probably not.
He'll wrestle in Australia because that's their first time over there.
Yeah. 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 I got Stone Cold winning the Royal Rumble. I want to go back to Stone Cold.
Just bring back all the legends.
The legends, geriatric. Who do you have as the surprise entry in the Rumble?
And that's where I think they were going to save the man that shall be nameless for it. But they didn't because it's in Chicago.
Yeah.
So there, I think it's in Tampa for Royal Rumble.
Well, that's Hogan's backyard.
Yeah. Brother. Why not just have Hogan versus Reigns for the title?
There we go.
Both have creative control over their character, and neither one's going to lose. So just vacate the belt.
Vacate the belt. The surprise. I don't. Jericho's coming back. That's it. That's my surprise. They'll throw everybody off.
I think there would have been a time where they kind of would have had that door open with AEW.
Yeah.
But in recent years with what's happened with
what's gone down,
negotiations and stuff, while guys are still on contract, I don't see Tony Khan opening that door again.
No. Yeah, I don't know. I got to watch the storyline. Give me a couple of weeks before I can say anything on that. I don't even know if Punk's going to be around. He's not going to take people and probably get fired again.
So it has to wrestle. Because it always seems like after a few matches he wrestles and then the injuries start re-aggravating.
Right. Yeah. Quote
he
unquote.
Gets pissy mode. And...
Right. Quote unquote. Yeah. AEW Invasion at the Rumble. That could be interesting.
I wouldn't mind seeing them having like front row tickets to the event.
Yeah.
That would be funny.
That would be funny.
Especially right along the back where you can't take that camera off them.
Right. He's just sitting there. Yeah. I don't know. I'll have to let me think about that. I don't know who the surprise guest will be at the Royal Rumble.
Yeah, it's just right now you pretty much
Kurt Angle.
He's not doing well.
No, he's not. He's got a lot of liver issues.
His nerve damage is very bad right now.
Yeah, he's not in good shape. But he is an Olympic gold medalist. So congratulations.
They could bring back Goldberg.
I don't know. There's something about, and I love Goldberg. He's my guy, right?
Bring back Brock.
But there's something about once you've been on the the Goldbergs
Right.
sitcom as the PE teacher. Kind of lose your intensity in the ring. To me anyway.
Yeah.
To me anyway. I don't know.
Because I think they'll probably set up Brock versus Gunther for WrestleMania at the Rumble.
You think so? I think that's going to be it. Strowman, Alex says.
He could be one of the guys in there, but I mean,
That's
is he a
not
guy
big
you
enough.
even care about right now?
Right. It's going to be Shane O'Mac. Shane O'Mac's coming back. He's going to try that jump
Maybe
one more.
Declan.
Try that jump one more. Or, maybe it's Stephanie comes back.
She was there last night.
See? Maybe she gets
with
back.
Vince selling a bunch of his shares right now and kind of getting out the door again.
Yeah. Maybe.
It'll be interesting to see what they do.
Big E.
I don't think he's cleared.
Who's Big E?
Big E. New Day Rex.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't think he'll ever be cleared to wrestle.
No.
At least in WWE, he won't be cleared. And their contracts are up end of next year.
Yeah. There's what has to happen is they have to find that Hulk Hogan. What I mean? They got to find a game changer.
I think it's Braun Breaker.
You're thinking it's Braun Breaker?
I think he's their future over in NXT.
Is he?
He's one of the younger future guys.
I gotta see what it looks like here.
Are you looking up there? So SG3 asked the man that shall be nameless return. Does that mean less involvement? Vinnie Mac involvement? Yeah, Vinnie Mac is pretty much getting out the door.
Yeah.
Unless they end up selling that part of WWE to the Saudis.
Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna see if I can image. I gotta see if I know this guy. All right.
What are you looking up there?
Braun. I had to get it.
See, man, I think they should have called him up like a year or 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And they've just held him back more, trying to make him do like a heel run for a little bit.
Yeah.
But he is a guy I wouldn't mind seeing him getting called up for a Royal Rumble and staying.
So you think he's got the charisma, the staying power to be the next big? Next big. Could be Hulk versus Breaker versus Strowman. Then it could be Hulk versus Andra 2.0.
Andre 2.0.
The Andre. Yeah, maybe the Big Show comes back. He's got new hips and knees.
Moving slow.
Oy.
Yeah, he had an appearance with AEW a couple weeks ago.
Oh, did he?
Just like,
yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, that's and he was on a Disney sitcom. So he was the main character. So yeah, once you do that, Paul White,
I think he had the movie Knucklehead or whatever.
Yeah.
And the only funny scene was, I remember in the trailer was I don't know if he was in the bathroom or the kitchen, goes to stand up and the ceiling fan hits him in the head and just completely comes down. That was like the only funny thing.
I'd like to see Sandler. Let's get Adam Sandler in the ring.
Well, they did trademark Captain Insano over at AEW.
See? He's a big deal right now in Hollywood. I don't think he'd do it.
No.
I don't think he'd do it. All right. So we've got that. We've got AEW. I mean, what else is on the docket?
AEW, they had Full Gear, their pay-per-view last week.
On Wednesday.
Well, Wednesday, they were in Chicago. For Wintrust. Saturday, they had their pay-per-view.
Okay.
Whereas like MJF had the Ring of Honor tag team titles. Adam Cole's still out with the ankle injury. So Samoa Joe made an agreement with him, like, hey, I'll help you with this, but then I get a title shot.
Huh?
So then MJF went on to the main event against Jay White. Jay White's kind of pissed off with how they built the whole storyline. The whole storyline was actually decent, where he like pretty much held MJF's belt hostage for a month or so.
Yeah,
it felt longer. Yeah, but the issue with that was pretty much MJF beat him with one leg. And that's kind of like, I could see where he's kind of upset about that part.
Yeah.
Didn't make him look as strong. But I mean, overall, it was an okay match, because AEW shows all their stuff on Facebook every like 2 minutes, the highlights of it.
They do.
So I don't see any point in buying their pay-per-views.
They do.
So then Wednesday, and that's the other disappointing thing, is there's no Devil showing up at the pay-per-view. No hints or anything like that. And then on Wednesday night, Samoa Joe came out to confront MJF, and right before, sounds like someone's here.
Are they knocking?
I hear something over there.
Oh, looks like some.
Hey, you're not allowed to be here yet. What are you guys doing?
I don't know.
No, you guys got 15 more minutes.
These guys,
the cancers.
Hey, they bring their transistor radio? What do I hear?
The cancers.
Who this Hulk Hogan baloney stuff? Get your big old booty out of here.
Hey, somebody got their transistor radio on to 1997.
Yeah.
Look, and he's wearing AEW.
No return.
AEW.
Oh, my bad.
Come on my show.
I really messed up.
Coming in there and shit up.
Oh, sorry.
I didn't know you guys still had a show anymore.
Oh, we do.
Yeah.
You
guys show up whenever you want.
Episode 64.
That's right. 64 coming up.
Woo! Well, so I'll get my show.
No one cares about your show.
I'm number one rated show.
Where was the wrestling gear at, man? You should be excited to see a Punk is back in WWE.
Hey, you're on my show. It's a man that shall be nameless.
No, man shall be nameless.
So Tom,
you could say whatever you want on your show. My show, it's the man that shall be nameless.
So it's CM Punk.
Okay, this is the real deal.
Oh, you got the new
one? Oh, okay.
Wait,
that's the real deal.
Hey, thanks for being fans of the show, guys.
Yeah.
It's only like the fourth show it's been.
Yeah, heck yeah.
What's there goes our views too.
No.
Well, one of them was me, so
right.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, we had to wear the gear today. So TDK had to wear the Randy Orton return.
I got Brett.
You got Brett?
No one cares for him anymore.
All right.
What are you talking about?
He's old and grumpy, just like yourself right now. Just coming out here, okay?
Are you trying to grow your hair out like mine now?
No. Maybe.
Actually,
I don't know.
I love the fact that he's not growing his hair out, but has no beard. That's
I mean, where am I beard? Isn't that the
Listen, that covers up the little bald spot in the back.
There you go. Exactly. It's getting back there. And the receding hairline is coming out, so I got to cover that too.
That's why I wear a hat.
The hat's perfect because it just keeps it in place.
That's right.
Otherwise, if I don't wear the hat.
Yeah, I missed out my hat. I forgot my hat at the house. I didn't say something until we just got here.
Guy you can order a hat from.
There you go.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Our guy.
Yeah,
I main guy right
So on the new artwork.
So what was your guys' take? Were you excited to see?
Dude, I was there live,
man.
brother.
You were there. Okay, so
I was there live.
So give me the feedback.
So
good show, bad show.
It was
live.
a badass show, bro. Listen, I'll tell you one thing right now.
I like it on TV.
Listen,
It was good.
From being there. Screw Punk coming back, screw Randy Orton coming back. Just from the beginning, like the electricity was there. Like, you felt it, man.
Well, Chicago always has the good.
But for this one, it's like you weren't. You honestly, dude, I went in with the expectation of it can go either way. Either can be good because I mean I've been to WrestleMania 22. I've been to countless events at the Allstate Arena, so it can fluctuate. I honestly thought with the whole Santos and Dragon Lee match, I was like, dude, this is gonna bring down the arena. Like no one's really gonna be into this match.
Break match type of deal.
Literally before the match even started. All right, guys, now let's go to everyone in my section. All right, guys, let's go to the bathroom. All right, guys, it's time to go to the bathroom. Hey, guys, go get your snacks. Like literally, that's all the comments you kept hearing. And then, as you keep watching the match, everyone's like, dude, Santos is going to kill you. Santos is going to destroy you. Santos is going to beat you. And then, out of the blue, Dragon Lee does enough to win the crowd over.
Right.
I was like, dude, this is awesome. How often do you see this nowadays in WWE or just any wrestling?
Well, they're trying to make Dragon Lee the next Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
And
or Kalisto and all that stuff.
But yeah,
like Sin Cara, like they were trying to do that.
Exactly.
It just never worked out.
Right.
But Dragon Lee actually has kind of similar movesets.
Mm-hmm.
But yesterday, though, like, honestly, that match could have made it or break him. Right. Honestly, that match could have just either put him up or put him down.
Yeah.
And it was literally the snap of a finger, and it was like, dude, no one's really buying into the character at first. No one's really going there.
Right.
And then it's like, I think Santos did enough just for the fans to start like really like edging on Lee, like, come on, Lee, we got this, we believe in you and stuff like that.
It was all like right when he started taking the mask off.
Yeah.
Well,
actually, before that, they started cheering for Dragon Lee, but it was like more that one. That one kind of just like was the
Put him
push.
over.
Yeah, it was a little push. The Zoe versus
Rhea.
Yeah, versus Rio. That was a great match. It's kind of, it was a little bit of a filler. Not gonna deny.
It was okay.
Of course. I sent him videos of Rio. He would just put heart.
Oh,
I just got nothing but a notification. Heart.
How she's nicknamed Mommy? Mom, Daddy.
Mommy's always on top.
That's right.
She's like 6'2".
That's okay.
And you're 5'4".
I'll climb on that. Don't worry about it. I'll climb on those legs. It don't matter to me.
Sunny and fair.
That's right.
She does have the deep voice too.
Well, it's also seen like with her arena attire, it's like you can see more of the tattoos where she's got.
So the old saying is, if your nose to nose, your toes is in it. If your toes to toes, your nose is in it. That's right.
I mean, she could toss me around a few. It don't matter to me.
Hey,
That's
that's why I said it looked a little chilly in that arena after she won.
Yeah, for real.
And then again with R-Truth came back. The biggest return of them all. R-Truth coming back just to promote some Ruffles. Hey man, it was great. I enjoyed it.
Plus his music too.
He didn't have any music though. It was just literally him with a bowl of freaking Ruffles with like, this ain't chips, this ain't crisp, this is Ruffles.
Wow.
And then they had Akira Tozawa do like some little Ruffle shuffle. I'm like, dude, really? Like, this is gonna get us excited. All right, cool. Let's keep going with this, man. Let's keep riding. Let's see what happens.
He has that charisma for it. He always did.
Well, that's what Triple H was doing last night. He kept teasing the crowd. Like, hey, here's our reveal. Here's the comeback. Or, here's the comeback.
Yeah. So how crazy did the place go when He Who Shall Remain Nameless?
You can say it in front of me, Ken.
I'm not a big fan. That's I
was super shocked at that, to be honest. I really didn't think the deal was going to go through, to be honest, just because of the fact of
this was my issue with the deal. When they were constantly asked about it, they were always doing the runaround.
Yeah.
Instead of just point blank, no.
Right.
So that's where like you knew the deal was verbally done.
Okay.
But it wasn't done until the day of the show, just so then there wouldn't be like leaks through AEW trying to ruin it or whatever.
I always thought it was more or less just because it's like, look, it tell me that they're in talks. So with them in talks, meaning you don't want to say no because you don't want to rub off the person saying, all right, this could be the chance where he actually doesn't say, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, the deal's in process. And then all of a sudden in my mind, I'm like, will he finally say yes?
Well,
that's the only thing.
They knew they had him in his back pocket.
Yeah.
Like they could take him out whenever.
Mm-hmm.
I said on the last show, I don't know if you guys watched that one at all. Probably not. You're probably too busy sleeping or whatever.
Now,
But yeah, like I said last show, like I would have signed him because it's a quick cash grab.
That right now, especially
right now, it's lightning and bottle. It's hot.
Yep.
You're going to get your money right now. He's a filler right now with Cena gone.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to get some storylines now till at least the Royal Rumble,
especially with the Rollins. And my thing is I think that's why we asked the question earlier. Like, did Triple H really need to talk to the locker room? Because with everyone really in the locker room, wherever he's starting to go or wherever he went, the locker room needed to be talked to, stating he's here now.
Right.
So are we? How do you guys feel about it? What is it? What's your feelings?
And that's where he didn't say anything till the main event guys before they went out.
Yep.
And that's Drew and Seth were pissed off about
it.
Sure.
And it's like they felt like they're left out of the dark. Like, here, we're your top guys, and you can't even tell us what's going on.
Exactly.
Like, this is our career or whatnot.
Exactly. Oh, he was mad. There was numerous freaking social media posts. Bleacher Report was like up in front center with their videos, and I was like, wow.
It was a work with Seth last night to set up the match.
It was a work.
It was a work.
Okay.
Drew was still pissed. They got like if you watch, there's a camera guy queue, like he's waving his hands for Drew to get out of there right away before he comes out.
Okay.
So he gets out of there. Drew pretty much packed up his stuff and got out of there
right away.
Right away.
And that's another thing.
Well, they actually said that he slammed his locker so hard like that it made a lot of people like, dude, are you like, you're legit mad. According to Triple H, and I do apologize for cutting you off, but Triple H was told by a lot of people that they actually cleared out so many people from the back
Right.
That Triple H basically kind of stepped in and said, all right, guys, I'm going to run this going forward. I need everybody just to leave.
Right.
And that's when kind of Punk came in, when it was just him and Triple H.
Right.
That's why
because he didn't want like people to know. Triple H called for the copyright to come out on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And the producers were saying, don't call that out. Don't call that out. Just say, he's like, no, I'm running this. Yeah, call it. And then boom, that's when his music hits.
Right. Because he wanted you to like, oh, okay, he's not coming or whatnot.
That's what I thought.
Right.
Literally watching it. I've seen the credentials pop up and I'm like, okay, the show's over. So he's really not coming nowhere. It's more or less of the shine is on Randy Orton. Right. The shine is on his return. Look good, back in the shape, back in the ring and stuff like that. I'm like, okay, good. And whatnot.
That's what I said. Like that's the biggest I've ever seen Orton.
Yes. Biggest. And I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, if you compare to Cena and him, it's like Orton's night and day.
He looks like Brock.
So big.
He looks like an action figure.
It's like weird. It's like back in the video game.
There's a video game. Yeah, it shows like, what was it, 2007 or whatever game, like.
Big old, thick old thighs, like 6 or 7 legs and stuff like that. It was weird.
I thought you were going to say Superstars.
So even then. But yeah, that whole return, I felt like it was a wash over Randy, though. That's my only dilemma.
But chances are, right, Orton's got to add that weight because of his injuries and whatnot, too, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So now he's a little bit older or whatnot. They're like, man, if you don't protect yourself with a little bit of weight going on here,
get back in the gym. Yeah. I mean, he was always. He was naturally
always lean.
Exactly. Naturally lean, strict and stuff like that.
Kind of thing.
Big time. But now it's like as of age comes around, it's like, okay, but we need you actually get in there physically. Get in there. War.
Yeah. 6 hat sizes in a summer.
We're gonna call them thickums from now on.
Instead of the Viper, they're gonna call them
thickums. So it's like that. I mean, that's my thing. Then with Drew, my only issue with Drew is what sucks right now is that, or the question would be will WWE miss Drew being there?
Well, and that's the thing. Like, I don't know if you heard earlier in the show on your way here, but like Drew's contract's up after WrestleMania.
Right.
He wants to stay home with his family for a little bit, and I say like I could see him going to AEW end of summer.
Right.
They have the Wembley show there. That'd be a big impact for them. He's a free agent. They'll give him the flex deal that they're giving Ospreay right now.
Right. And that's my thing. You could definitely see it in Drew where it's like, I want to try on different things. Like it's like right now, based on the storylines of what's going on in WWE, there's no room for him really.
Well,
there's no place
with Raw. Raw's jam packed with talent.
Yeah.
Huge.
Yep. Yes.
And Seth is your champion.
Yes.
Supposed to be your top face. Cody's the top face.
SmackDown's even doing pretty decent.
You got the man that shall be nameless that's now taking up that TV spot.
Yep.
And that attention.
Right.
So it's like,
you're a big fan of him? I don't like him. I've never liked him.
I know you don't, bro. I just grab the knife.
I was never really a fan either. It's like, and that's my thing too. I'm not really a big fan of his either. Like even when
his wrestling style sucks.
Even that's my thing. When you would watch back in the past, like they made him say he was the best in the world, but when you watch him, it's like I didn't. Slow.
Listen.
Hold up.
Well, even like when he was AEW, it was
doesn't
bad.
he copy paste all of Bret Hart's moves?
Yes.
I don't.
So wait, if he doesn't,
what
are you trying to say about Bret?
When you copy, what happens when you copy a copy?
No, see, because look at how many people here in Chicago dislike Kobe Bryant because he stole quote unquote all of Jordan's.
That is facts.
Kobe Bryant much better than Jordan.
Right.
But everybody's like, oh, Jordan. Right. And they don't like him. Well, he took all Jordan. It's because he's smart.
Yeah.
Right. But this guy, right, tries Kobe didn't try to be him. He emulated him and took moves and created better on him.
Exactly.
This guy only just tries to be Bret Hart. Be Bret Hart.
Yeah, and it's
he doesn't have the skill set. He doesn't have that technician
skill. No. And even then, with his AEW reign, his wrestling thing, it was very slow, very stale,
very bad.
Can't use his finisher in WWE.
Facts.
That's true.
But listen, so like I go back. I hated Larry Bird because I was a Lakers fan. But I can go back now and go, man, he was good. How could I hate that guy? Well, I hated him because he was a Lakers fan, or he was a Celtics guy, right? And I was a Lakers fan,
right?
I never do that with the man who shall remain nameless. Go back and go, you know what, man? It just has never done it.
He
is
a great talker. He is a great talker.
Great mic guy.
He's got great shirts, great merchandise. He has a great theme song.
No.
Other than that,
this in-ring stuff.
Probably like 3 good matches with Cena, Money in
mainly,
Bank.
and that's why I think he respects Cena a lot because he had his best matches with Cena. I feel like he had his best matches with Cena.
Cena, Undertaker, and Brock. Those were his 3 best matches.
Yeah. Yeah.
Listen, the show starts at 8, so you guys ever want
yeah.
to show up at 8, you could be. We talk about this the whole time, but
Well, that's what we're going to talk about.
We're right on the back end of
I know
this.
we're at the back end.
Yeah.
They're stealing my time. I'm stealing some of their.
There you go.
That sounds
Yeah.
good.
We ain't spending no time.
That's it.
No, so here's my thing with war games.
Yeah.
I like the match format, but I think they need to change some things
Of what? War games?
with war games. I
Okay.
think it should be elimination, like in Survivor Series.
I agree with that because it's a Survivor Series
Because
theme part.
the match doesn't start till all 5 guys are in the ring. That
Exactly.
to me is just stupid. No,
takes too long.
it
also,
takes too long. Make it more meaningful. Have
Yep.
some guys eliminated. Like you
Yeah.
can still have them come out every 3 minutes or
Right.
whatever, but at least have like, okay, this guy could get knocked out.
Yep.
And I wish, like I was saying earlier with Kent, Damian Priest should have been the second guy out of the cage or first guy out of the cage with
Yeah.
Finn and Seth in there.
Yeah.
He should have brought his money in a big contract out then.
Mm-hmm.
They got 3 minutes to take care of Seth, and he could be the champ right then and there.
Bang.
That could create even more draw.
That too. Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be. That would have been a smart move.
I know. I just think that they also did it at the right time.
Yeah.
Because with Rhea coming out, she already had the referee. I was like, we're about to cash this in. And even Dame was like, yeah, let's go ahead and do this.
Yeah.
And then they played. And then Randy
Also,
comes
too, with
out.
the whole like stick to the plan stuff. I think that's what threw me off. Like, okay, what was the plan? Was the plan really for Rhea to come in later on and do the whole briefcase thing afterwards?
Right.
It made it feel stale.
Right.
And that's why you had to do the return of Randy, because it's like, all right, it was very stale. Let's bring him out because it's not going to really mean anything at the moment right now. It's just another fake tease and then just move on to the next event at this point right now. So it's not going to be, it's going to be whatever. We'll see.
So who are your favorites for a Royal Rumble? Cody?
Well, that's the thing.
That was Cody.
Right now, if you look at the roster, it's like who's going to be the next one on both ends. It can be Cody because he's going to end up going after and challenge Roman Reigns at WrestleMania.
Nope.
If they're really not going to do the whole Rock
I ain't gonna do it.
storyline,
No,
right?
not gonna do Rock.
And so that being said, then all of a sudden now you're going to switch it over to either that Gunther. Is Gunther ready to be move up?
I think he is. I that's where I want Gunther, where he's got the longevity, longest
Yeah,
title reign.
Yeah.
You got Roman with the longest title reign.
Yeah.
That's your WrestleMania, man.
Besides last night, when was the last time he defended that too?
Gunther?
The Intercontinental title. Because the last pay-per-view events, I didn't see him like Saudi. He didn't defend it. He wasn't really.
Well, he had a couple Raws with Gable.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's like basically like, so he's a fighting champion. He's not like Roman. He's
Gotcha.
actually a fighting champion.
Right.
And even
Gotcha.
though like if he's not gonna make the trip like to put it Saudi or like overseas,
Yeah.
he will actually go on Raw and defend the title.
Okay. Well, that being said, that's what I mean. It's about like who else for him. Now it's like you had the Miz. That was the best micro talker for him to go against.
I don't feel Miz
Great.
is out.
Huh?
I don't feel
no,
Miz is out.
He's out.
They're gonna have one more. I think they're
I
gonna
feel
try
like
to go
they're
beef
gonna
with
have
one more.
Well,
But even then,
Miz will
Royal-
eventually get the title back.
That's what I'm saying.
From Gunther.
I think
think
at
so.
Royal Rumble
I
is
think
where
so.
it's going to do the transition. And then if that happens, then Gunther's a fan favorite, or basically, in a sense, fan favorite for him to win the
at
Royal Rumble.
You got Cody winning the Rumble.
Yep.
You're going to have Gunther and Brock have a moment to set up a Brock and Gunther.
Yeah,
match at
that too,
WrestleMania.
because he's supposed to come back.
And that's going to be your surprise entrant. I don't
Yeah.
see anyone else.
No, I don't see anyone else for surprise entrant.
Don't be surprised. It always surprises. You never know. So we'll see what happens.
Well, they're
Nah,
all under
well,
contract.
even then, the other surprises
all
could
the
be,
guys that you want
Yeah.
are under contract.
and it's like
except for The
even
Rock.
the '80s wrestlers. Who else is left to come be, good enough to walk out?
Hacksaw Jim Duggan. still
What
got him,
the
man, you
hell?
know?
Yeah, let him come on a wheelchair and be like, "Oh, what a
Hey, man,
freaking
we-
2x4!"
Hey man, AEW gets excited for Sting and for Ric Flair. Let's get excited for Hacksaw Jim Duggan.
Oh, golly.
You know what? This is a tag team from the 90s. You probably don't remember them.
Huh.
The Headbangers.
Yeah, yeah, them too. Hell yeah, sit there. All right, bet.
Yeah.
All right, no.
Headbanger Mosh and Hank Fresh. You know,
It's.
let's go.
I think that's the
Goldust
one
comes
thing.
back and interferes on his brother.
Bad Bunny's the other surprise
I think
entrance
his
to come out.
contract is middle of next year.
Who's?
Goldust.
Goldust?
When he's free.
Oh, you think he's coming back
Oh yeah, he'll come back with Cody
for a little bit?
for
Yeah.
a little bit.
Oh, he's gonna
Cody
have-
wants to get him in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I can see that. All right,
So,
that
I
makes
mean, and
sense.
that's where it's like right now, like
Yep.
when you look at contract stuff right now, the only one that's really going to be available is Drew.
Yeah, he's
next
gonna be the
year.
next big free agent right now.
You got
All right.
Becky free in the summer.
Mm-hmm.
She's gonna stay.
She's gonna stay. I don't think.
Well,
she would
I
go.
think if Seth gets pissed off enough, because a lot of times with these guys, you have to leave.
But
for them to-
Seth has no more run. Like he has no more run at this point. Like this last
Seth
title
needs to
run.
leave.
Yeah.
I think he actually needs to be one that goes to AEW, helps them out. They finally get like one of those superstars,
Still in their
mega
prime.
stars. Still, Even though I don't like the guy, whatever, but that's the kind of guy that they need to make the splash. He leaves for a little bit and then comes back, and
he'll actually be the only one to come from over there, because the rest of the guys, come on, man. Edge is pretty much his last 2 years left in life. Then you got Big Show over here putting some oils in his gears, new gears lined up, but still crip walking down the ring. Then you got Sting. I'm sorry, man. You've should have been retired 2 years ago. He's crippling all over there. Then you got Ric Flair barely walking down to the ring. It's funky. Let's put it that way. It's funky.
Well, that's the thing with AEW. You got your grandpa and the kid.
Right.
You don't have the middle.
Right. There's no middle guy.
You have the future of the business and you have the end of the business. Right. You don't have the middle of the business.
Yeah. So
WWE right now has got the middle of the business towards the end.
It's priming right now. It is really priming. I think it's a really good time for
their issue right now is most of their talents 30 plus.
Yep.
They don't really have the young guys.
Nope.
Gilbert.
Absolutely, Daniel, 100%. 100%, Daniel. Yep.
Oh, Lord.
What's the little sparklers?
Please, no. No more Gilmore. No. He's gone. No, he's gone. He's in the Hall of Fame. He's gone. He's done. Yeah.
Well, it's time for your guys' show.
All right.
So
I appreciate it.
Thanks for intruding as
Always.
usual.
Hey man,
thanks for showing up.
I feel honored to intrude. You know what I mean?
I show up every other Sunday.
Hey, no.
We've got to create a title match because the tag team titles are just sitting there in limbo.
Yeah,
hold on, wait a minute.
That's because his partner's been missing in action. He's saying let's put a
got a mystery partner. You ready to go?
What mystery partner?
You know what? We're going to give him old man.
Oh yeah. There you go. Give him old man.
No,
there you go. See, there you go, man. China, that's your new partner right there. So I'm just saying.
All I gotta do is just do it on one match, and it's Rollins.
Yeah,
you ain't gonna bet on him.
It's going to suck. It's going to be the man Shelby Davis versus Rollins.
Right.
Let's go.
Tom's gonna get counted out. Tom's gonna get counted out on that one.
We ain't going nowhere.
That's it.
Yes,
well, Tom should stay for the other, so old man says.
Maybe.
If I'm invited.
Right, you get kicked off, old man, RK? Where you at?
Yeah, he gone, man.
He's looking for conversation.
Yeah, we kicked him out.
Right.
Your partner didn't even want you, man. What are you talking about? He's trying to actually go with Joe Madden.
Even the spare part of this.
You don't know.
So bad for that old guy. I wonder he's going gray hair.
Who's this kid over here?
Oh, that's my one. That's my little man.
One?
Yeah.
You want to be my partner?
He's like, nah.
It says it all.
He's like, nah.
Dead air. That's it.
Cricket.
All right, we got to get out of here. The rejects are coming up next.
All right.
Thanks for hanging out with us on Let Me Tell You Something, brother, with Tom Odell.